Hello, Glen Air. We're delighted to be back with you with some wonderful interviews, all coming soon, a special one today. So I think you'll enjoy this a lot when it's on. Let me know if other people come along that you'd like to see interviewed. We'll do our best. But I guarantee you're going to like this one. So today we are very fortunate to have Allison Sharp, who has been here how long now?
A little over a month now.
A little over a month. I hope you've all met her. She is delightful. So welcome. We're
Thank
really
you.
glad to have you. And being a new one on the team, is that kind of hard?
Um, it was rough, I would say, the first couple weeks, just trying to learn everything. There's a lot that goes into this job with learning, like the different, like computer programs that there
Oh, yeah.
are. So booking things and scheduling things, and just kind of figuring out the flow. But I've been really lucky to have CJ and Hannah just helping me along the way, and they've made that transition from starting to kind of slowly going into this role.
And
so
they're
much
always
easier.
willing to help.
Oh yes,
Aren't they
yes,
wonderful? I
they
agree
are.
with you. We couldn't get along without them. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yes.
That's for sure. So how do you feel about it now?
Oh, I love it.
Do
This is
you?
like such a joy to be able to like wake up and come into work every day.
Oh, we're glad to hear that. That's wonderful.
So it is a busy job, but I always feel so fulfilled at the end of the day. Like I feel like I've gotten a good amount of things done, and I really just enjoy being able to, like, set things up and also be able to interact with the
And
different
you also
people
help
here.
a lot of people. I know that, right? Don't you
I
get
do
a
my
lot of
best.
questions?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Do you have some that come every day with a
Oh,
new
of course. Yes,
figure?
but I
So
enjoy my regulars at the
that's
window.
funny. I love it. I'll try not to do that. That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. Okay, well, let's start where you're from. You've told me some of this, and this is a most interesting story.
Yeah, so I was born in Guatemala City, and I was adopted when I was about 1.5. Um, and I've lived in Cary my whole life. I grew up not even 10 minutes from here, and I attended Farmington Woods Elementary School.
I taught over there for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah, kindergarten, first and second, and then I in third grade is when I switched over to private school. So then I was in private school from third grade all the way through high
And
school.
what private school was that?
So I went to Cathedral School for third through eighth grade, and then for high school I went to St. Thomas More Academy.
Oh, wow. Those are good schools.
Yeah, so I enjoyed my time there. And then for college, I went to UNC Greensboro and got my degree in special education.
In special ed. Now, see, that's something I didn't know. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Have you been able to use that?
I have. So for the last 3.5 years, I worked as a teacher. So for the first 2, I worked in Asheboro. That's where I started teaching, and then moved back to Raleigh and taught until I came here.
That's wonderful. How did you hear about this job?
I had decided I needed to take a step back from teaching, just with the way teaching was going, and I felt like I was getting burnt out. So I was looking for something that I felt like I would be able to do. And I saw this job posting pop up, and it looked really interesting. And I'm a planner by nature. Like, I love to have things planned out. And so in the job description, it said there was a lot of planning involved in this job, with planning events, so on and so forth. So I thought this looks like something that, would be within the realm of things that I could do. And I interviewed, and lo and behold, here I am.
You got it. That's right. Well, it sounds like you're perfectly fit for the job. That's
I'm
for sure.
trying. Yeah.
And you're here 5 days a week?
Yes, 5 days a week.
And you get the weekend off.
I do.
Right.
Unless we have a big event, then I'll be here on the
Oh,
weekend.
yeah, I know. They're all wonderful about
yes.
coming in for that.
Yes,
Yeah, we've
it's
got lip
fun.
sync coming up here pretty soon.
Oh, my
You'll have
goodness,
to see
yes.
what we do there.
Oh,
It's
I'm
fun.
very excited. I've heard
It's fun.
great things
It
about
really
lip
is.
sync.
That's good. That's good. Well, tell me about your family.
Yeah, so my dad was born in Muncie, Indiana, and he grew up there, went to school at Purdue, and then got a job with the National Weather Service. His major was meteorology.
Wow. So you know what's coming.
Oh, yeah. So he moved around a bit before he ended up in Birmingham, Alabama, and that's where he met my mom. She is a graduate of Auburn University. She is also a teacher. So no surprise why I decided to go into teaching.
Oh, Mama
Yeah,
encouraged that a little
exactly.
bit, right?
So they met, got married, and then they had my older brother, And then I came along, and then they adopted my younger brother a couple years later.
So 2 boys and you're the only girl.
I am. So
Is that tough?
It can be, but it's like a running joke in my family. I'm the bossy one.
Oh, good.
And my brothers are a little more mild-mannered than I am, and I'm a little more outspoken than they are.
So you
I
run
was
the show, right?
pretty much,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much.
I think that's good. And what did your older brother do?
He got his master's in social work,
Wow.
so he works with the YMCA
Uh-huh.
and the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, my granddaughter is in that. She
Yes.
loves it.
He really likes it, and he, again, kind of that same aspect that I was interested in with teaching is really reaching out and helping the children and making sure that they're on the right track. That's something that he really enjoys.
That is so important, too.
Yes.
It really is.
And I'm so grateful to my parents because I feel like my brothers and I really learned the importance of service and being service oriented.
Yes.
Growing up, we did a lot of outreach. We would go feed the homeless. We'd learn,
Oh, my goodness.
donating things, just going different places to help out, like at the food pantries, all of that. So
right.
we were very fortunate to learn about helping others growing up. And so my youngest brother actually just graduated from Western Carolina University last year, and he works over at Jordan Lake, and he just applied for a park ranger position there.
Oh, my goodness.
So we're waiting to hear back about that, but we're pretty sure he's going to get it, and he's very excited about that. He's very much our nature person. He likes to get his hands dirty and be outdoors, which
He doesn't handle snakes or anything like that, I hope.
he sees them, and props to him for being able to deal with it, because that is
Boy, I couldn't.
not
I'd
not
freak out.
within my. He loves camping. He loves all of that. I'm fine if you want to put me in a log cabin. I'll do that, but I will not be sleeping in a tent outside.
Yeah, a comfortable
Yes,
log cabin,
exactly.
right, with plenty of blankets.
See, he's a camping person. I'm a glamping person.
I love it. I've never heard that. That's great. That's a
Yeah.
good way to be.
Yeah.
That's right. It sounds like you have quite a family. I'd love to meet your parents someday. I hope they come over.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Bring them over.
I
will you?
will,
Yeah.
yeah.
It sounds like you've got wonderful folks there.
I do.
That's
I do.
great. That's great. Okay. Where did you work before this?
I worked up in North Raleigh. I worked at Fox Road Elementary,
Did you?
and I did what we call adapted curriculum. So I taught kids who have more severe special needs, so more severe autism, Down syndrome, students that were mobility impaired. So that's kind of the population of students I worked with, and that's something that's really near and dear to my heart. I actually got interested in special education because my dad's best friend from high school had a foster son who was autistic. And we would go up there every summer, and we'd go over to her house. She had a pool.
Well, I'd go too.
Yeah. And that's kind of how we first really got involved with people with special needs. And so because it was something we all grew up with, it wasn't
right.
scary or weird. And just the more I thought about it as I was going through high school, it sat on my heart a lot more. And as I really explored my options for what I wanted to do when I got to college, that was the one thing I kept coming back to. And I was really lucky that my parents were so supportive of it. And they said, if that's what you feel like you're being called to do, absolutely follow it, and we'll support you however we can. So yeah.
And there's a lot of need for that.
Yes.
2 of my grandchildren are dyslexic, so
Yes.
I know exactly where that comes from. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that's all really wonderful. We're glad you're here.
Thank
We
you.
really are. Yeah.
Thank you. I am too.
Okay, now tell us about your boyfriend. You knew that was coming,
Yes.
did you? Yeah.
So my boyfriend's name is Daniel, and he is an emergency department nurse.
Really?
Yes, he absolutely loves it. He is very much a fast-paced, likes to think on his feet, likes the hustle and bustle, which, all the more power to him. I could never do what he does. So he was working at Duke Raleigh Hospital, and now he is in the UNC system in Hillsborough, and he really, really enjoys that. He graduated from UNC Pembroke with his nursing degree. And his family, he's got a very diverse background as well. His dad is from the Philippines, and his mom is from Nicaragua.
Really?
So,
Wow.
yeah, so he's got a very diverse family. And then we have a beautiful dog. She is a golden retriever and lab mix.
Well, see, that's my passion is dogs. I
Yes.
love any dog that
Oh,
comes
yes.
along.
And she is like the light of our lives. We love her so much. We got her when she was just under 8 weeks, so she was almost 8 weeks old.
Oh, you got a puppy. You should
Yes.
have brought her today. I think everybody, people do like you to bring your
Yes,
dogs over
yes.
here.
So at the end of this month, it'll be 2 years since we've gotten her.
Oh.
Yeah. And she's wonderful. We love her. She's the biggest goofball and very much food oriented. So if you have
Oh,
a snack, she'll
she.
be your best friend, I promise.
Oh, no.
And we always tell people she's a talker. So she barks a lot, but she's talking to people, and she just likes people to know that she's there,
And she's
and
the
that
king or the queen of the
yeah,
place, right?
and that she wants you to know, like, I'm protecting mom. You can't come to mom unless you come through me first,
Oh.
type of thing. But
What's
if you
her
have a
name?
snack,
What's her
best
name, your
friend,
dog?
Giselle.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yes.
That's pretty.
So all of our animals have Disney names. And it started with the cat we got a couple years ago that we rescued. Her name is Cinder. Everybody told us she looked like a Disney, like princess type of animal. So we named her Cinder after Cinderella. And then
And you still have her?
yes.
And they get along?
Yes. Well, because Giselle was so young when we got her,
Uh-huh.
the cat was like 3 times her size
Uh-huh.
when we first got her. So she just grew up with the cat and kind of realized like the cat has her own space. She, doesn't really like to be messed with. If she comes up, it's
Oh.
fine, type of thing. So she learned to mind the cat.
Uh-huh.
But she's very good with other cats too. Like if we've ever taken her somewhere that has other cats, she doesn't try to run after them or anything. She's very curious about them. She wants to go say hi, but she's not like one of those dogs that like is adamantly like I must get that cat and like that cat is a toy type of thing. She very much understands and respects the boundaries.
Oh, okay, so a cat and a dog.
2 cats. We have
Oh,
one
two
other
cats.
cat. Yes, we
Okay,
adopted a
okay.
kitten a little over a year ago. He's an orange cat, absolutely insane, but he's the sweetest little thing. Just very much a troublemaker, but his name is Simba,
Oh,
which
cute.
is very
Yeah,
fitting for
right,
him.
right. Wow, what a family you have.
Yeah.
I think that's just great.
thank
And
you.
animals are my favorite things, so I always
Oh,
like to
yeah.
hear all about them and what they're doing.
Yes.
Do they have some tricks?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. So Simba is a mastermind. He knows how to open the doors
Oh, no,
in
you're
our place
kidding.
because we don't have doorknobs, we have the door handles, and he very quickly figured out because when he stands on his back legs, is very tall. So he learned how to open all the doors so if they're not locked, he'll just walk right into a room. So it's great sometimes,
It's
but in the middle of
funny.
the night when the door is opening and you're
Yeah.
not expecting the door to open,
It's kind of scary.
yeah, it's not so great.
And then you find out who it is.
Yes, yeah. And then Giselle, we did a couple different classes with her when she was a puppy. She had like an 8-week course, and then she had another 8-week course shortly after that. So she is very versed in all different kinds of tricks. But I think my favorite trick that we do with her is we've taught her how to balance food on her nose. So if she has a treat or something, we'll balance it on her nose, and she knows to sit there and wait until she's given the command to take it, and she can flip it off her nose and into her
I
mouth.
think we're going to have a talent show here, and we're going to have that act in it. I think that'd be fun. People would love to see that. You know it. That is
Yes.
great.
And she's constantly learning new tricks too, which is
Got
awesome.
a smart one, huh?
Yes, yes, when she wants to be.
Well, that's a cat.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all good eaters.
Yes. Oh, very much.
That's expensive.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Oh, it can be. Yeah. But I mean, it makes us happy to see them happy, so we do
yeah,
it.
and to come
Yeah.
home.
Yes, and we're the type of people that like when we celebrate birthdays or Christmas or anything like that, it's like not just an occasion for us, it's an occasion for them. So
Oh,
we
really?
went out and bought them Christmas presents last year and the year before and had them like come in, unwrap them and
They
all
could
of
do that, yeah.
So that's very much who we are
Oh, I
as
love it.
pet
That's
parents.
a good way to be. That couldn't be better.
Yeah.
You go home at night and you've got somebody there waiting
Yes,
for you.
that's exactly it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
What do you like to do in your spare time?
Oh, I love to travel. And I think I get that from my mother because she also likes to travel quite a lot. And I was very fortunate growing up to do a lot of traveling. We went on a couple different cruises. So I've been kind of all over the Caribbean. We got to go to Alaska one year, which was gorgeous.
Isn't it? Uh-huh.
The amount of wildlife that's in Alaska is insane. And to see all of that just daily was incredible. And then we went to Hawaii one year, and that was, oh my
It's
gosh,
not bad, is
that
it?
was breathtaking. We got to spend
Isn't
2
it?
weeks there.
Did you really?
And it was like the most just,
It's perfect.
yes,
Isn't it?
yes.
It's just
It was
perfect.
so beautiful. I've never seen water like that before. And to go snorkeling was like being inside an aquarium.
Yeah.
Like it was beautiful. And then when I was in college, I actually studied abroad. I studied abroad in England, so I got to do a lot of sightseeing all around England.
That's fun too.
Went up to Scotland, went to Ireland,
Isn't
Amsterdam.
that fun? All those places are
and
so
I
wonderful.
think I went to Prague as well.
Did you really? No, that's one I haven't been to.
Yeah.
Good.
So, and something cool, something I like to throw out, just when people ask me about my time abroad, is I did meet Brad Pitt.
No, you
So,
didn't.
You know, we're kind of best friends now. No big
good.
deal.
No big deal. And he calls every day,
Oh yeah,
right?
totally.
Well, I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to bring him over sometime.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think people would enjoy that, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like to read?
I do. I enjoy reading a lot. I'm very much into like the thriller, murder, mystery, suspense. Which, if you know me as a person, like I don't like scary things. So
I'm the same
people
way,
always
yeah.
find it funny that those are the types of like books I gravitate
I do
towards.
too. I do
But
too.
I just I love it, and like I grew up watching Scooby Doo, so you know maybe that has something to do
Maybe.
with
Yeah, it
the
could.
kind of books I like to read.
Yeah. What are you reading now?
Let's see. What's the most recent one that I just read? I read a book. It took place in England, and it was about a girl who went missing. And so the plot of the story is her mom is trying to figure out what happened to her, where she went. And so her mom's going like around this town talking to the different people that her daughter had been talking to. And there's like a news reporter that also is like digging around. So it was a really like interesting book with a lot of different like twists and turns. That
I'm
were
reading a
very
book just about like that right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
know. It's kind of hard to put down, isn't it? So when
yeah.
you get into a lot of it,
Yes.
right, right. How about movies?
Oh,
yeah.
let's see. I just went to go see the new Avatar movie.
You did. I hear
Yes.
it's wonderful.
It's the scenery in it is gorgeous, and I thought it was a good film, but it was kind of sad for me.
I don't like that. I wouldn't like that either. No.
Yeah. So I thought it was a good movie. It was not something that I would go see again, just because I don't like to be sad.
I don't either. And if the
during
ending's sad, forget
Right.
it. Yeah.
But the next movie that I want to go see, it's called 80 for Brady. And it's about these 4 old ladies that want to go see Tom Brady
I
play in
know.
the Super Bowl.
I'm going to that too. I think they're going to have a bus go from here maybe
Oh,
to go see
yeah.
that one that's showing. It sounds like it's great, doesn't
It
it?
looks really funny in the trailer, so that's the next movie I'm hoping to see. Hopefully this weekend.
Oh, well, good for you.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So you get weekends with your boyfriend and
I do.
get
Yes.
to do a few things,
I
right?
do, yes.
That's
So it's
great.
very nice.
That's great. Let's talk about food. What do you like to eat?
Oh, I like everything.
Oh, do you?
Yes. I think my like top 3 favorites, like my go-tos, are usually some kind of Mexican food. I love Mediterranean food and Italian food, of course.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I ate a lot of pasta through my undergrad, so people kind of very quickly caught on to my love of Italian food.
I do too. I do too. I
Yeah.
wish I had it every day. Yeah. Can you cook?
I can.
You
Yes, I
can. Good for you.
Yeah.
And what do you like to cook? That or?
Yeah, I do a mix of things. So I like to make stuffed shells.
You do?
Do.
Wow.
I'll do stuffed peppers. I will do like Greek chicken, which I really like with the sides. So I'll do like a lentil
Oh, that's
salad or
wonderful.
like a Greek salad, like tzatziki and hummus.
Maybe you could
Love that.
come and take over one night and cook us all a meal, do you
Ooh,
think?
that's a lot of pressure
Oh,
there.
but we'd enjoy it so much. I think that would be great. Any restaurants that are your favorites?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. And like the wonderful thing about Daniel too is he's very much a foodie. He loves cooking, but he also likes going to try different
I
places.
do too.
So both locally and when we travel, we always look into like restaurants that people recommend. You know, like the like tourist spots or what have you. But I think our new favorite restaurant that we've recently started going to is called Vivace, and it's an Italian place up in North Hills, and that's
I've heard of it.
yes,
I've not been there. Yeah.
it's very good. It's definitely one of our new favorites.
Okay. Well, I hear there's a really wonderful New Mexican restaurant over in the new shopping center at Fenton.
Yes.
And I have not been there, but I heard it was very good.
I've heard very good things about the restaurants that are over there, so that is on our list of things to
Good.
try.
Yeah. Well, you got to check it out. And I hear most of the stores are open now, so
Oh, very
it'd probably
nice.
be a good day
Yes.
excursion, don't you think so?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you having much to do with the new building across the street as far as transitions go and all that?
So right now, just because we're not as close to it, we're still kind of figuring out some of the details of things. As it gets closer, we are getting more into planning how we're going to do like a welcome party for everybody and how we're gonna situate things once the expansion's open and we have all our residents over here and how we can work on, you know, creating events that involve
Yeah.
both areas and different
Exactly.
things like
That
that.
is something.
Because it will be a lot of people and a lot of different spaces. But for right now, I think we're really focused on the G5K that's coming up.
Sure. You going to do it?
I will walk. I am not a runner.
See, me too. Yeah, I made the mile once.
I
That was
run my
pretty
mouth,
good.
not my legs.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Well, now, when the new building opens, I hope you're going to stay here.
So right now, that's the plan.
Well, keep it, will you? We don't want to lose you. That's right.
So yeah.
Are you having much interaction with those people yet?
We've gotten a lot of people that have started coming to our events, which
I
is
know.
wonderful. And it's really nice. We've had a lot of people that came to the interest fair, which was so
Right.
wonderful to see the new faces and
Exactly.
get a chance to meet them, and for them to have the opportunity to see kind of what you guys are doing here and get involved in the community, because that's going to be a huge part when the expansion opens. Is people already feeling like they're part of this community and
We've got a special night
Yes.
set up just for lip sync
yes,
that they're
yes.
going to come over. I know
Yes.
that. So that's good. Yeah.
Yes, we are very excited about that.
Well, that's great. That's great. So probably every day or so you meet somebody new from over there, right?
Yes, yes. Or I get a phone call from them asking about events,
Sure.
which is really wonderful because it means that they're already starting to get invested and become a part of this wonderful community that all the residents here have already established.
So what's the best part of your job?
Oh, that's hard. There's so many good parts about this job.
I believe it.
I think my favorite part about this job is the people that are here. I think that's really what makes it
Yeah,
so
it does.
enjoyable. I, you know, was a little anxious coming into this just because, you know, everybody knew everybody, and I'm an
And there's a
outsider
lot of
coming
old
in.
people here, you know that. We're finding that out.
But you know, from the first day I was here, it's been nothing but kindness and kind words
I'm
and
glad
just
to hear
very
that.
welcoming, which has
Wonderful.
made it so much easier to transition into this role. And I mean, just getting to see people every day, and get the opportunity to talk with different people every day, and
That's great.
you know, people like seeking you out just to say hello.
You have a
is
beautiful
wonderful.
personality.
Oh, well,
You
thank
really do. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. But yeah, I think that's my favorite part is the people, and I think that's really what makes this job so wonderful, and it's why I look forward to coming into work, which
That's
I
great.
think I'm so fortunate to be able to say because not everybody has that. So I feel so lucky to be able to say I have a wonderful community of people and a wonderful staff that I get to work with.
I think they ought to put you on TV every day and let you advertise for Glen Air. That would be wonderful. I'll see what I can do.
Well, when I become famous then on TV, I'll remember to
Please,
where
come back
I
and
started
see
from.
us.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we ran out of time, believe it or not, but this was delightful.
Yes,
and
thank you so
are
much.
delightful, and I can't thank you enough for taking the time to come over and you'll be on TV. My grandson thinks I own a TV station, but I haven't quite gotten that yet. But you will be on TV within a couple of weeks, so you make sure you watch for it.
All right.
And any way we can ever help you, we're here.
Thank you. I
Thank
really
you so
appreciate
much.
it.